Yo, what's good everybody, hope y'all doing well. Today I'm going to be recording a Scythe guide. I recorded a gauntlets guide right before this, so if you want to go check that out, make sure you go check that out if you are trying to improve your gauntlets. It's for any rank or any elo, whatever you want to call it, trying to improve. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I want to start off with the dodge reads, right? So after a hard sidelight, if someone dodges in, you can simply just neutralize, right? And then after that, you can get this full combo right here. As you can see, it does 75 damage, which is absolutely insane. Scythe is obviously a very good weapon. And then, let's say someone dodges away, right, after a hard sidelight. You can simply just chase dodge with them, and then do some combo like this. And that's actually crazy how that kills if someone jumps on Jiro. As you can see, like, Scythe can be a little bit of a crazy weapon. It depends on the timing, of course, but you could do many different things. You could also do something like this, if you want to, like, switch up the combo a little bit. You could also just catch with a D-light, but I don't really recommend this too much because there's no real reason to. Or you could just neutralize, which is what I recommend the most. Now, if someone just does a straight up neutral dodge, right, you could just do a sidelight, wait, and then, you know, convert into this combo. Or you could just do a neutralize like that. And sometimes if you catch it perfectly, oh, I just missed. Sometimes you can get, yeah, you can get that full combo. Just depends on the timing. Now, the main reason I recommend Neutralite is because after you do a hard sidelight, right, and they do it up in, it still catches, right? So if you were to do just a sidelight right here, it's not gonna catch. So you're limiting yourself the amount of dodges you could potentially read. So that's why whenever I hard sidelight somebody, I almost always Neutralite, just in case they do a up in dodge. Yeah, I can catch it. So it catches both in and up in. So you can imagine this for the other dodge reads. So for example, if they dodge up, right, you could just simply walk over to them and do a neutralite and that'll catch because that's just how Scythe is designed. And then you can imagine the same thing for up away. You could also do it like that. So to make it like into simple terms, after a sidelight on Scythe, you're mainly going to be reading with endlight. At least that's what I recommend. You could use like sidelights if you are like, I don't know, really confident they're gonna do a ground dodge or something, but most of the time I just recommend doing neutralites. Alright, so now to go on to the soft reads. So starting with a neutral dodge, simply you could just wait and then you can catch it like that, right? I don't really recommend going for this, but you could like also gravity cancel if you wanted to. But I don't really recommend it too much because it's just not really safer. As you can see, like, endlight is just gonna be what you're using even after a soft read. But let's say they do a left dodge, right? So basically they do an in dodge. You could simply just turn around. Oh, my bad, I just messed up. You could simply just turn around the neutralite like that. Or what you can do, you can backdash as well, right? And that catches as well. And then also you can just stand there. There's many different ways to go about it because Scythe is such a versatile weapon that you can use almost anything to read anything. But another thing that you can do something like this as well. I don't know. Sometimes I go for it, but should be going for endlight most of the time. And then for away reads, right? You could also imagine like a similar thing. You can dash like that. And the way I'm kind of doing that is I'm like canceling my dash so I don't go too far. Because what happens is you might, oh, my bad. You might do something like this. Oh, never mind then. I guess it still catches. It depends on the health, of course. But you simply just walk over there or you can dash. Either one works to catch the away dodge. You just have to make sure, like, if it's not hitting for you, that you're timing it right, because timing does matter. If you do the neutralite too fast, it's not going to hit. If you do too slow, they're going to get out in time. And so you could imagine for after a soft sidelight, you do the same thing as well as just a normal endlight. And then for down dodge reads, it's nothing like complicated. After a sidelight, you just stand there, you do another neutralite. And then after a neutralite, you just do the same thing again. Endlight is going to be your bread and butter when it comes to reading. You basically don't need anything else on Scythe. Another situational confirm that you could do on Scythe in, you know, pretty specific situations is actually go for Nair. I don't know why I keep saying Nair. You can go for like Nair into Nair. For as long as their opponent doesn't have their dodge, it's pretty much confirmed. The reason I recommend going for it over Nair Cider is because, as you can see, with Nair Cider, I can't continue to combo, right? I get 109 damage. But if I do nairs, right, he can't escape that, and I get 122. So at around that mid-range like HP area where you can't continue nair cider on your opponent, I recommend going for triple neutral air to kind of continue that chain, you know. And sometimes you can get a recovery just like that because of, you know, the way it works. But that's just another little thing that I wanted to add on top of the confirmed combos. Alright, so when it comes to up dodge reads, there are two main attacks that I recommend using. So I recommend using side air or neutral air. So this is what neutral air looks like for up dodge. And then this is what side air looks like for up dodge. Now, as you can see, side air does a little bit more damage because when I did the up dodge read, if you look at his health, I got 65 right there. And then if I read with a side air, you get one extra hit. So that ended up putting him to 78. So if you think you can read with a side air, then I recommend going for that actually. Now, I typically just tend to use a nair, but that's just a mistake on my part, and I should be using more side airs when I'm reading people. Same thing goes for an up away read. You can also read with side air. As you can see, it catches their dodge and it almost kills them, which is kind of crazy. And then you could also use nair as well if you are trying to read them. And then you could imagine like a similar thing for, you know, up in, you could just, oh, my bad, I just messed up. You could just reverse it like that. And then you could just do the nair backwards, or you could just kind of like move back and hit it like that as well. And another way to read like an away dodge is you could just like jump neutral air if you time it like that. That's another thing you could do. Maybe you don't want to neutral air for some reason, and if that's so, yeah, just keep that in mind. A simple way to summarize it is like kind of like you're mainly going to be using neutral air and side air when it comes to reading. You don't really need like D-light or side light at all because the other attacks just cover everything. Now, when it comes to the down right dodges or down left, this is a very common dodge after soft side light. You could just simply neutral light like that. And then if they do a down left, you know, you could just simply turn it around. Oh, whoops, I just messed up the combo. Yeah, you could just simply turn it around like that. And then you're able to read them and get a lot of damage. So to go into some of the Scythe true combos that you can hit, right? Let me turn this bot off real quick. Alright, so on Jiro, this is like a special true combo. This is true on characters like Moonin, Jiro, Moonin with Dex, by the way. You need to have Dex on Moonin if you want to be able to hit this true combo, but it's neutral air into side air. Oh, I just messed it up. Okay, like that. It's a true combo on like those characters. I think it's also true on Loki as well, and maybe Volkov. I'm not 100% sure, but I at least know it's true on Jiro. So it's a pretty inconsistent combo, but just keep that in mind that you can go for it. And I do recommend going for it on those characters specifically. Another true combo that you can hit is double downer into side air. Oh, I got it one dodge frame. Let's see if I can actually hit it. Boom, just like that. So just another true combo to show. It's pretty situational. And then you can also hit down air as well if you time it right. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit it based off of the situation, but if they're a little bit farther away from the stage, you can hit it, and if you have the dodge, it is confirmed for sure without a doubt. Another true combo is side air into side light. Let me see if I can actually hit it. Boom, just like that. As you can see, like, it's pretty situational, but it does like become useful every once in a while. Like, I do use it for sure, so just, you know, keep that in mind. I don't really use side air into neutral light, but I think it's true. Yeah. So if you have their dodge, you could like, I don't know, you could do like a that combo, and that's just 50 damage right there. A very solid combo. So I'm gonna go into an experimental match. I still call it experimental, as an unranked match, and I'm gonna explain my, you know, thought process of attacks similar to the way I did for gauntlets. So yeah, let's go straight into the first match. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all, like, you know, like the attacks I'm using, like, to read them, kind of like what I showed you a little bit earlier. Maybe I can get that true combo that I couldn't really show you guys because of the way the bot was set up. And yeah, You want to be very confident with Scythe reads. It's not a weapon that you want to be hesitant of. So I don't know where he really dodges. Most people dodge down right or down left as their first dodge. So that's almost always what I like to go for. And alright, he's just dead. Okay, so that's just a little bit of Scythe off stage for you. If you have Scythe in your hand, you should never be hesitant to go off stage. You should almost always go off stage because it's one of the best weapons for it. Okay, so let's see if I can catch his dodge or something or read him. I don't really know what his dodge patterns are because I haven't really hit him too much. Oh. He's good at changing up his dodge patterns, so I don't really know where he dodges. So like that's a little confirm right there if you have their dodge. And then I think I had an opportunity to go for it. But yeah, Cider is gonna be like one of your main kill options on Scythe. Because it's just really effective. Oh, am I dead? That's a confirm, by the way. So let's see, maybe I get his dodge here. Oh, that was a good spot dodge read by him. Alright. He's got a cookie me right now. Bow neutralize is a very good attack, as you can see. I don't know why I have the sword in my hands. Alright. So when it comes to killing, if you don't have a solid signature, you could just use like D-Light. It's your strongest light attack on Scythe. Maybe I could hit it. Oh, he was too high. Alright, maybe now? Alright, boom. You guys saw how he DI'd there because he didn't have a dodge. So that kind of like shows how it was like a true combo. And then, boom, just like that again. There's the double downer true combo for you guys. I'm gonna try to get into another match to see if I could show you guys in a little bit of a better way. But let's hop straight into it. Hopefully I do better this time. Alright, so we ended up doing Savage. I'm gonna see if I can, like, you know, try to get like a kind of download on this guy's dodge reads so I can kind of show you guys a little bit more effectively. For the last guy, I didn't really know where he dodged, so it was hard for me to even dodge read him. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I got the Scythe. So, okay, no dodge. That's not a good sign already. Okay, so he seems to no dodge. So then I'll just go for a... Oh, and then he spot dodges. These people with experimentals, they're good at changing up their dodges. I can't read them right now. Dodge in. He almost did. Man, Savage is going crazy. Let me throw away the sword. This is a Scythe guide right now. Wait, guys, I'm getting cooked in my own guide. And there's that true combo that you can use. Oh, I should not have like dashed like that. That was a big mistake by me. But as you can see, if you can't find like too many like dodge reads or attacks, then don't fish for them. You know, I'm kind of fishing for them, so it's like messing up my gameplay a little bit. But mainly what you want to do is like kind of like every other attack. You want to just make sure, not every other attack, sorry, every other weapon. You want to go for like solid hits, you know. Don't like rush into your opponent to find them. And oh, I just messed up the true combo. Boom. See, and you can also do something like this. That's another confirmed combo that you can do. And then yeah, he's just dead. The reason why I went for the 3 neutral airs right there is because I would have been able to hit more nairs than neutral air side airs. And there's a true combo for you. And then maybe he dodges away or something after neutral. I don't know. Oh, I did not even see that dodging. Or dodge away. I don't know. Alright. Oh, I don't know what he just did. Well, hopefully though, I was able to show you guys a little bit of things, like, you know, kind of like how to play Scythe a little bit. And, you know, like what to do in certain situations. Another little situational thing that I wanted to talk about was, like, if you hit your opponent, like, I don't know, like off the stage of a delay like this, I recommend turning them around if you have to dodge, because you can get way more damage than just like, you know, doing a hard delay, you know, like in this direction, because you don't really have anything confirmed after it. Unless, you know, they don't like off stage, then I highly recommend, you know, doing this. But if they're pretty comfortable off stage, then it's just better to turn them around. Well, guys, that's probably gonna do it for my Scythe guide. Hopefully y'all enjoyed and learned something. Let me know if you guys want me to do any of the weapons. Like, I think I could maybe do spear or bow. I don't know. Like, I'm not really like too crazy with like other weapons, but I think those are some other weapons I could potentially make a guide on. But yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.